Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today of course we're talking about Tekken 8. This isn't a full review, this is just my first thoughts over the first weekend of playing it, and so far so good. So first things first, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everyone who watched the Tekken 4 video, who liked, subscribed, commented over the last week. The support has been insane. I was not expecting that, but thank you so much for staying and watching the video and commenting on it and liking it. It means a lot. Gives me motivation to get the other videos out the way. Next up is Tekken 5, of course, and look, it's in look what's in the PlayStation 2. You can't see it. It's Tekken 5. There we go. So I am working on it. Don't worry about that. That video will be out soon. But yeah, thank you so much for the support. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get straight into Tekken 8. Before I actually start talking about the game, I should let you know a bit of a disclaimer. I am not a Tekken pro. I'm not massively into the community. I don't know all the terms for the moves and what the certain combos are called. It's just straight over my head. I just enjoy playing the games. I'm someone who plays a lot of different games, so you know, I never get too involved into like one game community or game series. I love Tekken. I've been playing it all my life, but when it comes to like knowing like what a electric backdash, all that shit, over my head. I don't know. I just play the game. I know some of his combos. He's alright. Hey, mate. You don't look too happy. But yeah, so I am not a Tekken pro. I just do this from a perspective of enjoying the series. But yeah, this is like coming from a perspective. I don't want to call myself casual, but I guess I am. So if you're looking for that and you're new to the series or you haven't played it in a while and you're thinking about coming back in, this video is going to be perfect for you. If you're looking for like a pros insight onto the game, this is not the place. I'm sorry, but I'm a very casual Tekken player, I guess. I hate to say it, but I guess I am. So yeah, the things I'll be talking about today is of course gameplay, the single player modes, and of course online. This isn't a full, again, not a full review. This is just my first thoughts, so it's going to be quite a quick video, but hope you enjoy it anyway. Right then, the first thing I'm going to talk about is Tekken 8 gameplay, and of course it's a Tekken game, so its gameplay is pretty much perfect. It's been perfect since 2002. Yeah, they've hit the nail on the head again. They've got it down to a T. They know what they're doing. So yeah, there's no complaints about the actual fundamental gameplay of playing Tekken 8. So I'm going to talk about the new features and what I think about them. So let's get straight into that. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is, I don't actually know the name of it, but I'm going to call it the cheat sheet. I'm going to put the actual name up on the screen right now. But when you press LB or L1, I'm guessing on the PlayStation, you get this little thing that pops up on the side, and basically it helps you play the game. So it says something like air combos, press Y 3 times and it'll do like this decent air combo for you. I think it's a great feature for playing with people who don't really know Tekken. You know, I was playing it with my fiance last night and she completely oblivious to how Tekken works, the gameplay of it, but she managed to beat me a couple of times on it just by using that sort of, again, I'm going to call it the cheat sheet. And yeah, it helps people who don't play the game have fun in the game, and I'm all for that. But the problem I have with it is when people use it online. I feel like if you're playing Tekken online or in any sort of competitive form, you shouldn't be really having something helping you pull off combos. I think the fun of Tekken online, especially online, is learning your character, learning how to do certain combos, learning how to do certain moves, pulling them off. And I do it all the time. I've been playing as Lily or Kazuya for like years now, and it's always enjoyable to learn something new and learn a new combo or learning how to string certain attacks together in a match. But when you've got people just pressing that and then spamming Y, it does get a bit annoying. I haven't come across it a lot in the online mode, but I haven't played a lot of the online mode. But yeah, what I normally do, if someone presses that to bring up the little cheat sheet, I will press that to bring up the little cheat sheet, and I will do exactly the same. I'll sort of fight fire with fire, which you don't want to do because it is quite annoying. It's quite boring online. I wish there was a mode or a certain filter you could put on where that button just becomes obsolete and they can't use that in a match, because people can just change you. So if you're beating someone and they're trying and then they're just like, do you know what, I'll press that, I'll bring up the cheat sheet, keep tapping Y and probably beat me, because I can't defend myself in Tekken. I'm quite bad at defending. So yeah, it is a bit annoying online, but it's still a decent feature if you're playing against people who don't really know Tekken. So I'll give it like a 7 out of 10, 6 possibly, depending on how annoying it gets online. But as of right now, it's alright. It's a good feature, again, to help people who've never played the series before, who can be a bit intimidated by the series. You can have fun with people who've never played it. You can get your, 2-year-old cousin to just press LB, and then they can have a bit of fun playing Tekken as well. So, do you know what I mean? Like, Tekken 8 does a great job of making people feel like they can play Tekken, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what Tekken 8 does best. It welcomes newcomers with open arms. Another thing is the heat system. Now, the heat system reminds me of like other fighting games where you press a button and your character just goes mental, and you just keep tapping RB or R1 if you're playing on PlayStation, and you can do this sort of combo. It's similar to the cheat sheet, but it's just like a one-time use in a round. It's there because I feel like in Tekken you're never really out of the match. Even if you're getting absolutely hammered by combos, you can still come back. And I think that's the best thing about Tekken, is a match is never truly over until it's over. Because you've probably seen the comebacks on like pro players. That's what it feels like online. Like you can be getting absolutely hammered, and a certain thing, a certain combo or a certain button press can change the whole match, and you can win. And that's what makes it pretty enjoyable. And this heat system adds beautifully to that. Because of course you can block these special moves. You can even block the rage at the end if someone's got low health and they hit a rage on you. You need to learn how to block it, and that's a thing. You can counteract these things. It's not like a game-breaking addition. The cheat sheet, again, I talked about it saying it was kind of bad, but you can counteract it if you have to bring out your own. Again, I keep calling it the cheat sheet, I'm sorry, but if you bring out your own, you can counteract it, and I think that's what Tekken 8 does really well. There's nothing in this game that I feel like at the minute, I don't know, some characters might be broken, but at the minute where I've felt like, oh no, this is broken, I can't play this. It's always felt like if something's happening that's it's getting a bit OP, I can counteract it. I'm never out of the fight, do you know what I mean? I can enjoy it and I can play it at my own level. I don't have to pretend to try and be a pro player. I'm always in the fight no matter what. And yeah, I've been enjoying online. But yeah, that's the most enjoyable thing about Tekken 8. You're never truly out of the fight. If you just keep going, you use your combos or use whatever you can to counteract what they're pushing at you, you can always have fun. And yeah, the gameplay's great. It's a Tekken game. Of course it's going to be good. The new additions, they make the matches more exciting as well. I know the cheat sheet is a bit of... I'm a bit iffy about that. But the heat system, the rage arts are still there. These all can be counteracted as well. So even if someone uses them, it's not like it's going to like ruin your gaming experience. You can still counteract them, you can manage them, and it just makes the game more exciting and more fun. Every match I've had on Tekken has been fun and exciting. So yeah, I am enjoying the gameplay so far. So of course, I'm going to talk about the single player modes, and one thing I will say is that Tekken 8 has character fucking endings. Oh my god. Tekken 7... This is why I'm a bit annoyed that I haven't done this retrospective on Tekken 7 yet. But the fact that they didn't have an arc, a story mode for all the characters, mate, it just pissed me off so much. It had this one fight, and that was it, and then there was like a little shitty ending. It was terrible. But Tekken 8 has, I think it's called character episodes, where you take on 5 fighters, which isn't the best, but then you get like a full-on ending cutscene, and it's great, and I'm loving it. I haven't even done them all yet. I've done about 4, and the endings are great. The endings are what you'd expect from Tekken endings. Some of them are funny, some of them try to be serious, but it ends up being funny anyway. But yeah, they've got character episodes back, and of course they've got the main story. I think it's called The Dark Awakens, which is obviously Jin versus Kazuya. That's what's been advertised. That is what the story is, basically. So yeah, when it comes to The Dark Awakens, the story mode, I've already completed it, and I can say it's decent. It's better than the Tekken 7 one. I think there was a lot more going on in this game. I thought Tekken 7 really just focused on Heihachi and Kazuya too much. Obviously this one does focus on Jin a lot, and Jin is the main player you will be playing as, but it gives you a lot of different times where you can play as other characters. There's even a part where they actually play a tournament, and you get to pick which side you want to be on. So there's two characters fighting each other. You get to choose who you want to be in that fight. And there's little nods to the series. Obviously, there's a part where a lot of the old Tekken music plays in the background. I think it's on that tournament part. And I think the scene you're seeing in the background right now, where they were all fighting on a field, that is basically like Tekken Force. I think it was leaked a couple of months ago. People saying Tekken Force was in Tekken 8. It's not. It's a shame it's not. But it's like a big mission in the story mode. And it's really fun. You have to play it to see it. I will have some gameplay up on the screen, obviously, while I'm talking, but you have to see it. It's really fun. That's my favourite part of the story mode, was that Tekken Force sort of mashup. The story can get a bit cheesy sometimes because Jin is such a whingy little fucking moaning baby. Oh my god. I've always been a big fan of this fella here. He's a great guy. I don't think you like me smacking his face then. But Jin just whinges all the time. He just moans. Oh, I'm sick of him. He's probably going through his teenage phase. He probably still listens to Eminem. He hates the world. He's whinging all the time. Misses his mom. Don't stop crying. Fuck it. And the ending. Oh my god. Like, it's not a letdown, but it's not the greatest. I feel like it's just it tried too hard to get me personally, someone who isn't a big fan of Jin, to like Jin and root for him, and I was just like, stop moaning, stop whinging. That's all this story mode's about, is Jin just trying to just be like, oh, I hate my dad, miss me mom, I don't like being a devil. That's all this story mode is. But other than that, it's fun, it's enjoyable. There's some nods to the series. There's a bit where Raven does a certain scene from an old Tekken game, and they play it off as if the one we were seeing in the old Tekken game was actually from the future. It's hard to explain, but it makes sense when you see it and you're like, oh, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, again, the story mode is great. It's fun. You just have to sort of, if you're like me and you're not really a big fan of Jin, you just have to sort of just get past the whole, like, him whinging bit. But the rest of it, the gameplay, the moments, the different scenarios that take place, they're really fun and really enjoyable. And I enjoyed myself way more than I did in the Tekken 7 mode. So yeah, really fun. And yeah, it takes about, I think it took me about 3.5 hours, possibly, probably less, probably more. But yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little distraction, and it's great. And you also get the character episodes, which are great. Another mode called Arcade Quest. It's sort of like sets you up as if you're online. You get your little, I don't know what it's called, your little character. You customise them, and then you go into this arcade, and it's got its own little story. It seems kind of interesting. I can't wait to play a bit more of it. It acts as a way to sort of set up new players in the Tekken series and teaches you all the different features. And again, like I said before, Tekken 8 is really good at introducing new players to the mechanics of Tekken and the way Tekken works. And Arcade Quest is a perfect example of that. The first couple of things you do in it are just teaching you the new mechanics, and there's a little story going along with it, and it seems pretty good. I haven't played that much of it, but from what I've seen so far, it's going to be like a little enjoyable side distraction. Once I've done all the character episodes, I'm going to jump into that, see how long it is, see if it's worth playing or if it's not. But yeah, from what I've seen so far of Arcade Quest, it is quite fun. One thing I wanted to bring up though, in Arcade Quest, the first bit takes place in like this little arcade. It's quite cute. You've got like Tekken 8 machines in the middle, and you've got some other old Namco arcade machines on the side. But then if you go into the top right corner, there's arcade machines for Tekken 1, 2, 3 and Tag. Now at the moment they're not playable, but this year is the 30th anniversary of the Tekken series, so I wouldn't be surprised. Now this is just me guessing here. If, and it's a big if, we get all the old Tekken games in some shape or form playable in Tekken 8, that would just be insane. They did it for Tekken 5. They had Tekken 1, 2 and 3 playable, the arcade versions, but they were playable. And I would love if Tekken 8, if they if they added all the old Tekken games playable in some way or form, or just released a collection on new consoles, that would be perfect. So please, if anyone from Tekken's watching this, you better be working on that, because I think I'd cry. I genuinely would cry. And last thing I'm going to talk about is Tekken Ball. It's back. You don't have to pay for it. It's not extra DLC like Tekken Bowling was in the last game. It's there when you buy the game, and it's fun. It's just as fun as it was in Tekken 3. It's a fun little distraction. You can play it with friends. You can play it. I think you can play it online. I'm not too sure. I haven't tried yet. But it's Tekken Ball, man. It's fun. It's a fun little volleyball game if you've never played it before. I'll have some gameplay on the screen right now. And yeah, there's nothing else to say about Tekken Ball. It's Tekken Ball. You have to play it to figure out what it is. But it's fun. It's a nice little distraction. But yeah, that is it. Like I said, it was going to be a short first thoughts video. It wasn't going to be a full in-depth review. I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. The Tekken 5 retrospective video, I am working on it. I am aiming for next weekend to get it out. If I hit that, I do. If I don't, it will be in the works. Just know, if it doesn't come out, I am working on it. You know, things pop up. I have to do something. I have to go here. I have to do this. I can't always be in this room editing and recording. I wish I could, because the support on the last video was amazing, and it definitely gives me a motivation to keep carrying on and keep doing these videos. So I am going to try and spend a bit more time on the Tekken 5 video and get it out by next weekend. Don't quote me on that, but that is the aim. So hopefully I'll see you then. If you are new to the channel, the playlist for the Tekken retrospectives is down below. Please subscribe, please like, turn notifications on. Comment down below, what are you thinking of Tekken 8 so far? Are you enjoying it? Are there some things I didn't touch on that you'd like to, you know, express? People will probably be reading the comments down below to see other people's opinions on the game as well. So I'll leave them down below. Yeah, massive thank you for the support on the channel as sort of my comeback after 2 months away. It's been brilliant. Thank you so much. There's nothing else other to say than shit on the Albion. Come on the Wolves. Come on.